We can start, right?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
Thanks for the holes.
it
No, but like because last night I was at a concert, so my voice is like gone
was
because
it a
of
good
this.
concert?
It was good. Yeah, it was the weekend, so
Oh, I would love to see him live.
it was
So,
like a lot of screaming.
have you seen the other episodes?
Yes, yes.
Do you
Well,
know
I
the
watched
first
them.
question?
uh, No.
It's always about the name. Where does
Oh, my name.
Sarokey comes from?
Sarokey. Yeah, Sarokey. It's my nickname because my name is Sarah and well, Sara in Arabic. So my nickname is always like cockroach. So it sarsur
Oh,
means
really?
cockroach. That's what it doesn't mean like cockroach, but because like it sounds cute, so they say sarsur or saroki. But like my friend, because she's Filipino, koi means like come here or something like that. So back like in elementary school, she would always be like Sarah koi, like Sarah, come
Oh,
here. So like I changed it into like my nickname, and then because she would always like say come here because like we were in school and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? It's my nickname, so why not?
that's a cool story for a nickname. That's a
Yeah.
really cool story.
Because
Uh,
it's my real life nickname too.
yeah, not dot, but pawn. The pawn part of my name. It's basically what everyone calls me. My nephews call me
Yeah.
Uncle Pawn all the time
Yeah, yeah.
instead of Roland. So
Exactly.
yeah, I get
So
that.
I'm like, I'm not gonna put like sarsur because like Arabic people would be like, what the heck? So I'm like, you know what? I'll choose a bit of Filipino and then my like what my family called me.
I have to be honest with you. I didn't invite you to the show only because of VP. It's because
Oh,
you are a big nerd like me. We are two big nerds, and I as I scroll through your Instagram, I always go, I have to talk with her. It's phenomenal the
it's
amount
it's
of,
kind of sad, but like, hey, why not?
but you aren't just a nerd for video games. You are like me, like a nerd for everything.
Everything. I just love like media. I don't know if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, I
I
get
just
that.
love people creating things, and like I'm always attracted to like, I don't know, beautiful made things like cinematography, movies, celebrities. Like I live for like not live, but like I love award shows. I love to
Yeah.
like, celebrity gossip, like anything to do with movies, anything to do with like music, video games, anime, like everything. It's so fascinating.
It's incredible because we never talk that much, but we have that
Yeah.
in common. That's a
Yeah.
big part. Like my friends always make fun of me because I'm like always inside every single
Yep.
thing about the pop culture
Yep. Like
spectrum.
for our group, like my friends group chat, anything my sister needs to know, anything my friend needs
Yep.
to know, they just tag and they're like, what's happening? I'm like, I got you. And then it's like,
How many of them tell you to start like a podcast or a YouTube or something about that topic? Because I get that all the time.
yeah,
Like
since like high school.
when Marvel started to blow up and channels like Comics Explain and Comic Story started to show up, they told me you should do the same. Like in
Yeah,
Portuguese, there is
yeah,
none. You should do the same. It's too late now,
exactly.
but yeah,
Yeah, like I said, since high school, I just it's funny because I love like I would not shut up. I love talking, but on camera or like in audio,
yep,
I I haven't like recently this year maybe I started sending voice notes to my friends
yeah,
that I see every single day. I don't know, I find it weird and awkward and like I don't know what this like when I hit record, I have no idea what to say.
yeah.
I
And
just
from experience, I tried a few times. You get like hours just to
yeah.
introduce yourself, like just the
And
the initial bit.
And it's not even like you're just babbling. Like you're
Yeah,
not even saying anything important. You're just like saying words,
yeah.
just so you're talking. And then you look back on it and you're like, oh my God, that was horrible. Like I'm never gonna do this.
So about VP, when did you start VP?
I would say Spider-Man, but that's a lie because I opened Horizon Zero Dawn photo mode
Mm,
by accident. And I got so dizzy because I'm like, what is this? The camera, like I'm trying to get back into the game. And then the camera's like moving like that and like this.
I
And I'm
can
like,
see that happening.
what am I clicking? And so I just like kept clicking with the controller and I was like taking screenshots. And I'm like, so I turned off my PlayStation. I turned off the game. I'm like, I need to get back to the game because I'm like getting so dizzy. So I turned it off, went back, played the game. And then when Spider-Man came out, I also clicked it and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is the same thing that happened at Horizon Zero Dawn. So I just like got to be familiar with the photo mode
Yeah.
thing. And then I took a photo and then I went on Twitter and I saw like all these people are posting photos. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a camera.
Yeah.
How is there a camera in a video game? So like I Googled it, I YouTubed it. There was nothing on YouTube, just on Reddit. People are like talking about it and people are taking photos. And I'm like, VP, virtual photography. And then I'm like, do you guys know anything about this? Obviously, my friends don't know anything. If I don't know, they don't
Yeah, they
know.
don't know. Yeah, I know the feeling.
So I just like went on Twitter for 6 months, following people, looking at what they were doing. And then, yeah, it took me like about 4 to 6 months to actually post on Twitter
Really?
because like, yeah, like I didn't know like what it was. So I'm like, I'm not gonna, and here's the thing about me, like I'm never gonna post something ugly. Even if I post something ugly, later on I will take it off. And like this is with like VP, it's not like about the technique for me. If it looks pretty, I'm going to post
Yeah.
it.
I was going to mention that because that's something I always try to talk with the guests about their styles, but
Yeah.
it's really difficult to nail down your style because it's just stylish. Every single
Yeah.
photo that you post is beautiful and stylish. It has
Oh,
a flair to it that is very rarely seen. You capture not just like if you take an action shot, the character has this stylish movement. If you take a tranquil shot, a gentle shot, the style is still there. The stylish part of
yeah.
it's still there. It's
Yeah. Like
very rare to see.
here, like I always say to myself, if I look at it and I say, oh, this is like really pretty, this is so me, then I'm going to take it and post it. But if it feels like unauthentic to myself, then I wouldn't do it. And before, like, you know how there's VP pages and then other people, they would say like, what's your style? Like, show us your style. I would always feel like conscious. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what my style is. I just like post pretty photos.
And you I like to go through people's galleries and like try to nail down a style, but yours is really difficult because it's so raw. It's something so strange to see because I feel that like we all end up with a single style,
Yeah.
landscapes, portraits, more black and whites, more colorful. But you have such a huge spectrum, and the only word that comes to mind is it's just stylish. It's very it has a flair to it. I love your shots.
Thank you.
But you don't have a
Maybe one
main
day.
game, do you? Like
What was that?
you don't have a main game. Like I have like God of War, but you don't have like one single game that you
I would say Spider-Man because I don't know, like I would play it at least once or twice a month,
Woof.
like since it came out.
Yeah.
I even if I'm like bored, I would come back from work and I had like a late shift. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I just like open Spider-Man for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I just have to open it. And it's been what, 5 years
4 years this year, I guess.
4 years. But yeah, for 4 years straight, I would just like randomly open Spider-Man like once a month.
I get that. I have that with God of War, but I can't open a game. This is something very personal, but I can't open a game and just jump into it. I have to be in the story, playing through the campaign and things like that. But I have that with God of War. I would go back like every 3 months, replay the story, take photos. So yeah, it's strange. I never thought of like your amazing Spider-Man shots are like straight out of like the marketing campaign for that movie. But I never nailed you down to just one specific game. But now that you mention it, yeah, you do have a lot of Spider-Man shots. That's interesting. Huh.
Yeah. I don't like to post a lot too, because here's another thing about social media. Sometimes I feel really bad for receiving like likes and
Yeah.
comments. And when I see like talented people, I'm not saying I'm not talented, and I'm not saying like I'm so talented, but like Twitter is crazy.
Yeah.
Instagram is really crazy. And people think just because you get likes, you are the best out of all of them. And then
Popularity doesn't mean quality.
exactly. And then I see all these like
And the
sometimes
reverse is also true.
yeah, like
Yeah.
posts, and like they're saying, oh, I don't get a lot of likes, my VP is bad, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I feel bad for always like posting Spider-Man, and Spider-Man gets a lot of likes.
Yep.
So I'm like, I try to not post popular things to not make feel like people feel
Huh.
bad. But it's like, I don't know, it's a weird thing to say. So that's why like I don't know, like social media is stupid.
But I want to have like a panel discussion here in the channel about that, because VP can't exist without the social media.
Yes.
But social media sucks, like completely. Like the only social media that is like 100% no algorithm is Flickr, and no one uses Flickr.
Nobody. And I've always wanted to get on Flickr just to get my photos in a folder. Like, you know how you
That's
have
why I
like
use it. Yeah, that's
yeah,
why I
just to
use it.
like keep track of what I have. But no, I made a folder on my laptop saying these are the shots that I posted. And there's like thousands. There's like 3,000 photos that I
Right
posted.
now, I have 7,000 photos on Flickr. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really
Damn.
crazy.
Wow. No, I have them on my external hard drive because they're 4K. So like I have an 15 gigabyte just dedicated to like VP. But yeah, I want to get on Flickr, but it's like another social media I have to keep track of. And it
But
gets so
the beautiful thing about Flickr is that you can use it basically as an hard drive. The payment is the problem. After 1,000 photos, you have to pay a yearly membership, and that's a big issue. I don't. They give you like discounts in Adobe products or SmugMug,
yeah,
things like that. But I don't think the value really matches the price. I think
yeah,
it's a bit overpriced. But they now
yeah,
launch the category of virtual photography, so you can go into Flickr and say that all of your shots are virtual photography. And I thought that was
cool.
really cool of them. But as a
That's really
social
cool.
media, they leave a lot. I don't get comments, I don't get likes, and I have
Oh,
like, I think right now it's 400 followers, something
yeah,
like that. And it's normal for VPs to have that number, but
yeah,
we don't interact in Flickr. We know that all of us only use it as basically
yeah.
a cloud.
A folder.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So going back to Spider-Man, I was going to mention this. And you are a collector, right? You have like statues, and I have some pops. I saw that you have some pops. But recently you got a really nice statue of Spider-Man in the Miles in the bodega suit.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
shots that you took of that toy. It's
Yeah.
not a toy, but it's a toy action figure.
Yeah.
Were beautiful. Do you have experience in like toy photography?
No. It came from VP actually. Well, I went to graphic design school. And then so the first year of graphic design, you get to take multiple different classes, and one of them was photography. So I took photography for like half a year, and that's where I got to learn about the camera. And mind you, I've always taken photos before, but I've never had like a Nikon camera,
Okay.
like an actual expensive camera, just like, the click one.
Yeah.
So I learned from school about photography, like about the colors, about the DOF and all that. And then just start like taking photos for like, life and stuff. And came VP. So VP allows you to like experiment without expensive products, like without lenses, without an expensive camera.
I
And so
think
I
I
just
think
like,
that's why it became so popular, and it will only go
yeah,
further because the
it's,
price of admission is very low. If you have a Switch, you can do VP. If you have a
yeah, yeah.
PS4, you can do VP.
Even if you have like a PS4 Slim,
Yeah.
which is like the lowest quality, and
No.
like you can still do VP because it's like it's practice.
Yeah.
So I just practiced with Spider-Man, I would say. And like I just kept taking endless shots and like different angles, the lighting. I'm like, oh, so like the lightings, this is what they do. And so I played with the lightings. And then I remember one time I had the photo mode open and I had like a Funko Pop, and I had like these flashlights. And so like I put like candy wrappers around them to give them different colors because I don't have like the
Yeah,
expensive
yeah. That's
colored
really,
flashlights. And that's what I told I don't know, like Koala TV,
yeah, yeah.
or yeah. And he's like, how are you getting all these like lights? I'm like, it's a tiny flashlight from Amazon. Just put a candy wrapper around it and then you get like purple and red. So I did that. I opened the photo mode. I did the same like lights, and then I put them on the Funko Pop, took a photo in the game, and tried to edit them like the same. And I was like, so that's how you get photos in real life that you get in a video game. So yeah, that's like Spider-Man was like literally my school, my photography school. And that like
That's
I
so
taught
cool.
myself. Yeah.
That's so cool. Fire Scorpio used to say that VP is basically toy photography. They are the
Yeah.
same. And this is like proof of that, like real,
Yeah.
actual, real world proof
And
of that
even the
happening.
photos in like the Miles bodega suit that I
Yeah.
posted, the background is Miles, like it's from the
Yeah.
game. So I just opened the game and I'm like, I need sunset. So he was just like swinging until I found a sunset spot, and then paused it, put the toy in the where, because I use my TV. It's really big. So
Yeah.
it gives a lot of like space and option to, experiment. So yeah, I use the game as a background too.
Whoa, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm shocked that I'm talking with
People,
someone so creative.
yeah, like
That's
people think it's really hard, but I don't know. I think if you just have like a TV, and even in like an iPhone or like any type of phone, you can you can do the background and you can do your subject and you can focus on that, and then the TV would be like, or even a paper,
a
like
piece
a
of
photo.
paper, yeah.
Yeah, like a photo from a magazine. Oh, I used to like rip magazine landscape shots, put them behind the Funko Pop just to get like, a nice.
In your bios, you have digital illustrator. I guess that comes from graphic design. So did all of this came from that, or was it like
I actually used to be a full-time artist. Not anymore. Like fell out of love with art. I wouldn't say like I hate it, but because it was like kind of my job for over 10 years. And I do like still sell like phone cases and like my artwork. I just like have one website, like Caseify. So I'm like one of the artists on that
Yeah.
website. Um, but on a daily for like maybe 13 years, I would post artwork, I would sell artwork, I would draw over 5 photos a day, and then just like post, sell, make, and like, and then gradually I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I just want to post for fun. And then I got a PlayStation 4 on my own, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna play for the rest of my life. Because I used to share one with my brother, and then he would always sell it to get an Xbox, and then he would always sell the Xbox to get another PlayStation. And I'm like, I am sick of this. I'm gonna get my own. So I just bought my own, and yeah, discovered VP, and I was like, well, this is fun. I'll take a break from art, but then now I just draw for fun.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Last question. We are like really running out of time because sadly this software doesn't
Yeah.
allow us to record much longer. You are, we established that a bit like me on the pop culture side and things like that. But I noticed scrolling and on your Instagram and researching for this interview that you also really like JRPGs, right? Like Nier Automata, Persona, just Persona?
I don't want to say I don't like them, but I don't like them.
Okay.
'Cause
It's not as much
I
as the
just
others.
no, yeah, I just love Persona 5 and Nier. Uh
Okay.
Nier
Those two.
franchise.
Okay.
Those two. I think I don't want to get into it, but JRPGs are like, they make me so mad because I feel like the developers, the people who make them, they just make them to make us like miserable.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
They're
oh
like laughing at us
yeah.
because of how stupid we are for playing them.
Yeah.
And
That's
they think like, and I'm like, getting older, like I'm 31. I think I'm 32. Oh, sorry, I'm 32. I keep forgetting because of COVID. It's just
yeah, those
yeah,
years
I
don't
don't
count.
have time. No, yeah, I don't have time for JRPGs. A lot of people telling me like to play them, which is funny because my first game ever was like in JRPG. I think Ark the Lad. I don't know if you know that one.
Ooh, that's old school. Yeah.
That was my first game. Like coming to Canada when we immigrated to Canada, we had a small PlayStation,
Yeah.
and that was the only game. So me, my sister, and my brother, we would like literally sit on the floor, and the TV was on the floor after school, like after learning English from school, come back and like play. We had no idea what they were saying. Just like play for
That
hours.
was like one of my first JRPGs. That's
Yeah.
old school, and it's a series that I'm really sad that has. But I was going to ask you, like, do you take inspiration from like, okay, media in general on your VPs? Like, you see a shot from a movie and try to. Do
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I never
That's
could. I can't
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
why, like, I just love media because, like, music videos, I love music videos. Oh my God. Anything, because like everything is inspirational. I would always like when I feel like art block, I would watch a fashion show, like a fashion runway, and then I would see this dress and I'm like, oh, I have to draw because now like this is stuck in my head. If I watch a movie, I always pay attention to the angles, to the lighting, to the way like cinematography, and then the effects that they use, like not too much fog, not too much lighting, and things like that. And I'm like, oh, maybe I can do that like in VP. Maybe I can get a shot like that. So I always look at like media as inspiration to everything
I
I do.
could never do that. Like I tried that, especially with these are two very different styles, but like I saw some Blade Runner 20, the new one, the most recent one, and some shots reminded
Yeah.
me of samurais, and I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, so I tried to go for like the colors and the shots, and I ended up like totally different, nothing like it, and I
That's
I just can't.
yeah, I think that's what I do too. I try to replicate the shot, but it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And so I end up with a better shot, like my style. So I'm like, okay, well, at least this gave me inspiration to
Okay.
like take a really good photo and to make a photo that I'm proud of. But you can never like replicate the same shot. Even with my Amazing Spider-Man photos, I was trying to get the same angle, and I'm like, I just can't do it. Like as artist, I feel like if you're going to replicate the exact same shot, it's not gonna feel right with you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You still have to change it to your ways. So it's still like it's really good that it works, but like yeah, I just take inspiration from it, but like I can't replicate the same thing, if that makes sense.
So that brings us to an end. When can people find? Where can English is failing me. Where can people find you?
Twitter, Instagram. Twitter, I just have an E at my name because somebody stole, and I want that
Ah.
person. Not stole it, but they don't use it. It's like a non-user, and I'm like,
Yeah,
why
I
do you have my
have that. I have exactly that problem
so,
on Twitch.
so I have to add an E. But yeah, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok is the same
I
name.
will link
If you can't
them
find,
all
yeah,
below.
if you can't find me, just add an E at the end.
So this has been it. I will see you all next month. Bye.
Bye.